More than any other period in time, politics has become a business. As a result, political communication has taken on a form of advertisement, where political speeches can be considered sales pitches to elect a leader or support a policy. When immediately considering the political speeches of U.S. President Donald Trump and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who sees them as one and the same. However, the common thread between the two is evident when considering the concept of political branding.
Alex Marland, Associate Professor of Political Science at Memorial University of Newfoundland, discusses branding in terms of creating an image linked to an emotion that allows someone to feel a preference for one product over another. Considering a political framework, each politician and their corresponding party has a carefully crafted brand that appeals to a particular demographic or base. In the case of both President Trump and Prime Minister Trudeau, both their personal brand and their party brand contributes to the way that they market themselves through their political speech. Donald Trump's personal political brand is in fact to create an image of himself as the non-political politician. Additionally, Trump had had a public image cultivated long before he entered the political realm. He was best known as a billionaire business mogul and a reality TV star.
You're fired. Go.
Fired! Trump is known for his boisterous, off-the-cuff style of speaking that, while oftentimes controversial and certainly not typical of a politician, brings an undeniable entertainment factor to his speech. Linguistic scholar Jennifer Sclafani outlines that Trump's idiolect contributes to his supporters seeing him as authentic and a straight shooter. The personal brand of the Prime Minister also precedes his political career, but it's firmly rooted in the political dynasty of his name. The Trudeau brand has been associated with Canadian politics since his father's time in office, and the leadership of Trudeau 2.0 can be considered a revival of Trudeau mania.
Alicia Corbett at Western University discusses that the Trudeau brand lives on with Justin, as both he and his father are exceptionally charismatic leaders who create an image of national unity through their polished and eloquent speech.
The political brand of the party also influences the message being sent and the way that they send it. The Liberal Party has a particularly well-crafted brand that's been decades in the making. Corbett's analysis identifies key terms associated with the Liberal Party, including openness.
I will always stand and defend the Canadian values of openness,
optimism, togetherness, and faith.
They are kind and generous. They are open-minded and optimistic. And they know in their heart of hearts that a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian.
This comes somewhat in contrast with Canada's leadership counterpart in the United States. Pew Global Research Center conducted a survey where Canadians and Americans responded to social issue questions, and the results were compared. As shown in this graphic, the Canadians have more of a progressive mindset when it comes to the issues of religion and sexuality. In relation to political branding, the Liberal Party has crafted a brand that is on the left side of center on the political spectrum. They appeal to a base of Canadian voters that have these progressive opinions on social issues, and Trudeau's ability to manipulate the party's brand to align with these is what part of makes him a successful political marketer. On the contrary, the United States generally falls further to the right of the political spectrum, with the Republican Party pushing that further from the center.
These tie into the types of traditional values that are typically associated with the Republican Party. The GOP platform outlined on their website uses phrases such as natural marriage, reinvigorate the private sector, and depend upon God.
Griselli Scremin at the University of Texas discusses how political brands have the ability to create associations in the minds of voters and shape how voters process information about candidates and parties. For Donald Trump, his campaign slogan and political catchphrase, "Make America Great Again," does an excellent job creating associations for Americans who identify with Republican values. Rebecca Hansen with the Brown Political Review discusses how the slogan perfectly appeals to that Republican base, as it encapsulated the nostalgia mixed with disappointment and anger pulsing through a large chunk of the American electorate at the time of the 2016 election.
And we will make America great again. God bless you.
The concept of political branding is widely applied by candidates and parties to sell their product, in this case, the leadership of their parties to the public. Both President Trump and Prime Minister Trudeau have studied their markets and communicate their brand effectively and efficiently to their base.
If branding is used to create a preference for one product over another, the President and the Prime Minister might appear to be polar opposites, but they both mastered what to say and how to say it to get their people to buy exactly what they're selling.